Hi, good morning. So this is James from the Vesper Group, and I am joined today by Steve from Leap Accounting. And we're just going to go through a few questions and answers that landlords might have. Steve, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Steve Tanner. I'm the managing director of Leap Accounts and Outsourcing Limited. Yeah, we work with kind of a wide range of businesses and individuals. One of our areas being property. So we help landlords kind of submit everything that needs to be submitted to HMRC, to Companies House. Yeah, and ensure everything's in order and that the correct tax is paid.
That's great. So I'll kick things off. And the first question is there's a lot of landlords entering the market at the moment that are, say, accidental landlords. They've owned a property or that they own a property in London or in Manchester, and they have lived in it for a number of years. But then they need to move. Either they need to move abroad for work, or they just want to move to a new home, but they maybe don't want to sell their property. So they look to us for renting it out. Now, these landlords haven't entered, the market as professional, investors as such. So they come to us for advice and support. And I just wanted to find out from you, from an accounting point of view, what do they need to consider when renting out a property for the very first time? Be it that they might be employed, have a full-time job, or they might be self-employed, they might be retired, etc. What are the kind of first steps that they need to do, and what do they need to consider?
Sure. Yeah. So I think the first thing to say is typically when people are in that situation, I think they can be quite intimidated by the idea that suddenly, especially if they're employed and therefore they don't submit a tax return, suddenly they've got these kind of requirements to submit stuff to HMRC. And I think, I quite often see quite a lot of anxiety around that. And I guess the first thing to say is once you've kind of got everything in place, it's not too strenuous, it's not too big an issue. You just need to be on top of it. The main things you'll need to do if you're not already submitting a self-assessment return would be to register for self-assessment. And the deadline for that will always be the 5th of October following the year you start getting rental income. So the tax year runs from the 6th of April to the 5th of April, and then you need to register by the 5th of October the following year. So for example, if you started getting rental income in September 2019, that tax year finishes April 5th, 2020. Therefore, you'd have had to have registered to self-assessment by the 5th of October 2020. So that's kind of the first step, is to register. Then on an ongoing basis every year, you then need to submit a self-assessment return, which, if you've just got rental income, is fairly straightforward. But at the same time, it's normally that's where you get an accountant to assist with that kind of thing. And then, so that's the next step. And the final step is to actually pay that tax. And the self-assessment and the tax are both due by the 31st of January the following year. So using the same example, if you first got rental income September 19, the tax year finishes 5th of April 2020, therefore your tax is due and your self-assessment is due by the 31st of January 2021.
Okay, that's great.
And if you're just an individual with some rental income, that's about it, to be honest. If you're living in the UK, that's the only requirements.
Okay, fantastic.